Have you ever seen your pet bark at nothing? What if it wasn't nothing? What if your dog saw something that didn't want to be seen and tried to warn you night after night until it was too late? Tonight, I'll tell you about the dog that barked at the empty chair, but by the end, you might not look at your living room the same way again. It began as ordinary as any home story could. An old farmhouse at the edge of Raven Hollow, wooden floors that moaned in winter, and a fireplace that smelled of cedar and warmth. The house belonged to Claire Dawson, a 38-year-old nurse who had moved there to escape the city. She wanted peace, quiet, and a place to heal after losing her husband in an accident 2 years ago. The only other living soul in that house was Buddy, her golden retriever, gentle, loyal, and the only reason she still smiled. When Claire moved in, the house came furnished. Everything looked fine, except one thing. In the corner of the living room sat an old wooden rocking chair. Its paint was peeling, its seat worn smooth from decades of use. It faced the fireplace like it was waiting for someone who'd never return. From the first day, Buddy hated that chair. He'd growl low whenever he passed by it. His fur would rise. Sometimes, in the dead of night, he'd stand in front of it, barking into the shadows, as if warning something invisible to stay back. Claire thought it was cute at first. "Silly dog stuff," she'd say. But then she started noticing. The chair would sometimes move, just a little, just enough to rock, once, twice, even when there was no breeze. It became a pattern. Every night around 3:12 a.m., Buddy would start barking, loud, frantic, facing the same corner. Always the chair. At first, Claire thought it was a raccoon outside or a draft in the room. But when she checked, nothing. No open window, no wind, no animal. Just Buddy, trembling, and the chair, rocking. One night, she tried filming it. The video showed Buddy barking wildly at the chair. But the moment she turned the camera toward it, the recording glitched, static-filled, distorted. And for a single frame, a faint, shadowy outline could be seen sitting there. Claire deleted the video that same night. She started sleeping with Buddy in her room. But even then, sometimes in the silence, she could hear it. Creak, creak, creak. The sound of wood slowly rocking on the living room floor. Buddy would whine under the bed, paws over his face. And when Claire looked out the door, she could see it. The silhouette of the chair moving, and the sound of soft, heavy breathing. Sleep-deprived and terrified, Claire decided to get rid of the chair. She dragged it outside one morning, onto the curb, and waited for the garbage truck. Buddy followed her, tail wagging for the first time in weeks. That night, silence. For the first time since she'd moved in, there was no barking. She and Buddy slept peacefully, dreamless, like the weight of the house had lifted. Days passed. The house felt lighter. Buddy played again, chased shadows for fun instead of fear. The emptiness where the chair had been looked right. Then, 3 weeks later, on a rainy Thursday evening, Claire came home from work, soaked and tired. Buddy didn't come to greet her. Instead, she saw something that froze her blood. In the corner of the living room, the rocking chair was back. Same scratches, same faded paint, same position, rocking gently, as if someone had never stopped sitting there. "Buddy?" she called. No response. Her heart pounded. She walked closer, and from the chair came a sound, slow, rasping, panting, like a dog's breath. Right behind her, Claire screamed for Buddy, searched every room. Nothing. Front door locked. No broken window. But the sound, the panting, was getting louder, coming from the rocking chair. When she turned on the flashlight, she saw fur. Golden fur. Buddy's collar, tangled around the rocker's spindle. And when the chair began to move, on its own, slow at first, then faster, each creak matching the rhythm of heavy breathing, louder, closer, until it filled the entire room. Claire backed away, trembling, tears running down her face. She whispered, "Buddy." The chair stopped. The panting stopped. For a full minute, there was silence. Then, from the darkness, a deep growl. And suddenly, the chair lunged forward, slamming into the floorboards with inhuman force. Claire ran out of the house, into the rain, barefoot, crying, and never came back. Neighbors found the door open the next morning. They found the chair rocking gently and faint, wet paw prints leading from the chair to the front door, then stopping abruptly. Weeks later, new owners moved in. They said they loved the rustic charm, especially the vintage rocking chair in the corner. They never found out who left it. Locals say sometimes, on quiet nights, they hear barking coming from that house. But when you look inside the window, you'll only see the chair. Rocking, rocking, and the sound of something breathing, waiting. So the next time your dog barks at an empty chair, remember, you might be looking at nothing, but something might be looking back at you.